Hello, I'm Jake Parsons, and my project is about hurricanes. The purpose of my project is to inform you and give you a description about certain hurricanes. It will tell you the wind strength based on the category of the hurricane. It will also calculate how fast the hurricane is moving across land. I set up some variables and set their values so that I could use them later on in the code. This makes it much easier so you don't have to go and enter every value over and over again throughout the code. Here are some of the variables I used. This part of the code is functions I created for my calculations. The first one calculates the speed of the hurricane. As you can see, it's distance over time. The second one calculates the distance of the hurricane traveled. And then the third function calculates the time it traveled. This part of the code interacts with the user. It asks the user to enter data so that the rest of the code can be performed and use that data. Here's an example of what I mean. This is the first major if statement of my code. Depending on what category you enter, the description will change. This part of the code also starts out the result by displaying a main description of the hurricane. So based on what category you enter, it gives you a different description of what the hurricane will be like and what damage it can do. And as you can see at the bottom of the code, this is the first displayed part of my result. This is the second if statement of my code. It works the same way as the other one, but it displays the wind speeds of the hurricane. Once it runs, it displays the distance, time, and how fast the hurricane is moving across the land. Just like the other one, depending on what category number you enter, it will display different wind speeds and how dangerous it will be. At the bottom, you can see that the final result will display the speed of the hurricane moving across the land. Here is the result of my code. As you can see, I entered 4 of the category, and then I entered 95.6 kilometers, and it traveled for 3 hours. The second part, you can see the description and the damages it can do. And the third part, you can see the stats of the hurricane, how fast the wind speeds are, the distance traveled, the time it lasted, and then the final speed of the hurricane over land. Here's my self-evaluation. I think it was well organized throughout my source code. I think the final result looks nice and is well organized. The result displays everything you need to know about a hurricane and what you can do to prepare against them and to expect the damages of a hurricane. Now I'll show you my source code. Here it is. As you can see, the descriptions are very long. I had to break them up. Here's all my calculations, my if statements. I will run it for you. Say the category is 3. And it traveled for 92.4 kilometers. And it traveled for 2 hours. Here's the final result. And there's my project.